Another week has finished, and the Seahawks fell to 1-2 after their loss to the Titans. In this game, Russell Wilson threw for 373 yards, and he also threw 4 touchdowns. Statistically, this was a great performance, but the vast majority of these yards came while the Seahawks were down by more than 10 points. This happened because their defense allowed 21 unanswered points in the third quarter. For the Seahawks, this is definitely a rarity, and while they'll have to rely on Russell Wilson to move the ball, seeing as the running game is an absolute shambles, I just really did not expect to see this sort of game happen. Rewatching the tape, the first quarter was just not good for the Seahawks offense. It was punt after punt, Paul Richardson dropped an easy pass, Wilson missed a wide open throw, he was late coming off of his reads. It just was simply not pretty. In this play, the Seahawks used a play action fake and bootleg Wilson back to his right. Two tight ends, Nick Van Nett and Luke Wilson, stay at home to give him more time to read the field. Wilson now looks to his far left and hopes to find a bust in the coverage on Rawls' wheel route. He's not open, but Wilson still fakes like he's going to throw the ball. He then completely misses Tyler Lockett in the middle of the field and finally moves on to Doug Baldwin, who was casually wide open for the vast majority of this play. The ball is slightly on the high side, but Jackson is able to knock Baldwin out of bounds and prevent him from making the catch. I honestly did not see any sort of semblance of rhythm until the final 2 minutes of the second quarter. The Titans were in cover 1 with 1 deep safety, which gives Wilson man-to-man coverage on his receivers. Baldwin is on the left side of the formation, and he runs a stutter-go, completely flat-footing the cornerback. Wilson's pass is beyond exceptional, finding Baldwin in stride for the long gain down the sideline. The Seahawks actually went back-to-back with deep throws down the sideline. On the very next play, the Titans were once again in cover 1, and this time, CJ Prosise completely torched the sideline defender. His slant and go was a thing of beauty. It allowed him to gain an instant step down the field, and in true Seahawks fashion, Wilson released the ball and was hit in just 2.5 seconds by not 1, but 2 defenders. Speaking of the offensive line, ProFootballFocus claimed they allowed 24 pressures this game. The biggest offenders by far were Rees Odhimambo at the left tackle spot and Oday Aboushi, who is the right guard. To be fair, this was Aboushi's first start, but him, like Mark Lewinsky, I think an upgrade is desperately needed at this position. Jumping to the fourth quarter, Wilson played the best I've seen him play all season. Granted, the Titans were up 13 or more points for most of the quarter, but Wilson still gave this offense a chance at a comeback. Unfortunately, the third quarter defense just hurt the team way too much. Now, my favorite play by far came at a little more than 3 minutes left in the game. Derek Morgan instantly penetrated through the B gap. Then Jarrell Casey from way outside joined the party on a delayed pass rush. This pressure, or let me correct myself, this double pressure by the Titans forced Wilson to step up and somehow get the ball out of his hands to Tyler Lockett, all while falling down. It was 4th and 6, and Wilson pretty much single-handedly kept this drive alive. Throughout the rest of this quarter, Wilson had some other good throws and quick reads that I really liked. Many of them came when they went back to their quick game or when he was attacking zone coverage. In this game, the Titans played a lot of cover 1 and cover 3, and just like in this play, Wilson found the tight end for a quick 18-yard gain up the middle. On another cover 3 look, Wilson connected with Luke Wilson for his 3rd touchdown during this game. The Seahawks use a vertical stretch concept, sending 3 verticals up the field. The safety shades to the side with Doug Baldwin since he was having a ridiculous game at this point. This creates an opening for Luke Wilson to slip pass for the long 27-yard touchdown. To finish this video, here is a breakdown of my grades from each quarter and my overall grade from the game. To form this summary, I tracked all of his plays, looking at location, accuracy, his reads, and the general situation of the play. And from my notes, Doug Baldwin was the only other player in this offense that I actually gave a higher grade to. His play and Russell Wilson's play, especially in the fourth quarter, were the only thing that allowed this offense to stay alive. Well, that's all I have for you in this video. I'm still really hoping to look at the Redskins defense versus the Raiders, but that realistically won't be able to come out until Monday morning. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click on the link to my Patreon account. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Samuel R. Gold.